Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. A very happy Avani Avittam and Raksha Bandhan to all of you. So yesterday's talk on the Vivekachoodamani, we saw that yat bodhavyam tadeva idanim atma anatma vivechanam. What is it that we need to know in life? Do we need to know how to make a lot of money? Do we need to know how to win a lottery? Or what? So many fields of knowledge are there in this world. But what is it that we really need to do if we have to fulfill the purpose of life on earth? Tadeva idanim atma anatma vivechanam. I should know the difference between what is self and what is not self. Who am I and what is not I? Tad uchyate maya samyak shrutvatmani avadharaya. So the teacher says, I will speak about that now. What is not self and what is self? You listen to it and then hold it in your self and understand it and think and reflect about it, is what the teacher tells the student. Verses 72 to 75. In the first, actually, it is all sometimes when we want to know the truth, it is always good to eliminate what is not the truth. So he begins with the gross body. Majjasthi medav phalarakta charma tvagahvayair dhatubhir ebhiranvitam padoruvaksho bhujaprishthamastakaihi angairupaangaihi upayuktametat. What is this body made up of? Majja, asthi, medaha. Majja is marrow, asthi is bones, medaha is fat. Pala, rakta, charma. Pala is flesh, blood, and charma is the dermis. Then tvak, the epidermis, tvak. Tvagahvayaihi, consisting of these parts, dhatubihi anvitam. There are 7 dhatus. These are all the 7 dhatus. 7 dhatus means 7 elements in this body, the basic building blocks of this body in the physical form. Pada, uru, vakshaha. Then you have the legs, you have the thighs, you have the chest, bhuja, the shoulders, prishtha, the hind side, a hind part of the body, mastakaihi, the head, angaihi, upangaihi. You have angas, the parts of the body, and the upanga, the other fixtures that come, like the ears on both sides, the hands, which extend from the body, the toes. Gaihi, upayuktam etat. This is called the body. The word etat means in Sanskrit, if something is of the neuter gender, it is referred to as tat or etat. Etat means something which is close to us. Tat, Jalakopi cannot be. In Sanskrit, you have all the three shabdas. They are called Pullinga, Strilinga, and Napumsakalinga. neuter gender word. Etat means Vyajanam, this fan. Tat Vyajanam, the fan that is far away. Etat Vyajanam, the fan that is nearby. Tat Vatayanam, it's a window. Etat Vatayanam, if there is a window very nearby, you call etat. So the word etat is used for an object, the neuter gender, which is near us. So this object called the body, object means something that we can see and perceive is an object other than ourselves. This bottle is an object. I can see this bottle. In the same way, this body is an object and I can see this body, and this is the content of this body, the 7 elements, and then different parts of the body and the different attachments that go along with the body. And what do we say with this body, which is a part of us, which is not us, which is, we say, even in English, we say my body. We do not say I body. So grammatically, we do use the word mine to refer to something belongs to us, and it is not us. We don't say, we say my water bottle. We don't say I water bottle. So when we say my body, it is not I body. But we always talk about the body as I body. Even though the grammar is right, the understanding is wrong. Aham mameti prathitam shariram mohaspadam sthulamitiryate budhaihi nabho nabhasvad dahanam bubhumayah sukshmani bhutani bhavanti tani aham mama iti prathitam shariram. This body, we express the existence of this body with the terms aham and mama, I and mine. I am this body, this is my hand, this is my head, this is my leg. My means I, something belonging to the I is mine. Shariram. What is the shariram? Moha aspadam. Moha means delusion. Something that can be very delusory is moha. Darkness, delusion. Moha aspadam. Sthulam. The Budhaihi, the wise people call it sthulam, means gross. We say the body is a gross body. For something that is detestable, something that we cannot touch or we don't like to touch, we say, oh, it's so gross or gross. So that word is used for the body, gross body, budhaihi. Nabho nabhasvad dahanambu bhumayaha. Nabhaha nabhasvat dahana ambu. The sky, air, water, fire, and earth. These are all the subtle elements in this body. We do have the content of the earth is there in our body in the form of the subtle aspect of the earth in the form of smell is there, and then the gross aspect of the earth in the form of our bones, teeth, hair are there in the body. Then the subtle aspect of water in the form of taste is there in our body. The gross aspect of water, which is in the form of blood and all the liquid substances that move in the body are there. The subtle form of fire, which is the sense of seeing. Fire enables us to see. The sense of sight is a subtle sense of fire that is there in the body, and the gross aspect of fire in the form of heat is there in the body. The subtle aspect of air, which is a sense of touch, is there in the body, and the gross aspect of air in the form of wind. The different, the 5 wind entities of the body, prana, apana, vyana, samana, udana. The movement aspect of air in the body is there. The subtle aspect of space is a sense of hearing, sound. We do have the sense of hearing in the body. And the gross aspect of space, which is there physically as space. You have space inside within many parts of our body, like space in the ears, space in the nose, space in the mouth, and different parts of the body. There is space existing as it is. So bhutani bhavanti tani. So we have all the five elements and we have the sapta dhatus. We have the five, the the representation of the five elements of the earth: water, air, fire, and space in the body. And we have the seven dhatus, which are rakta, majja, mamsa, asti, we saw in the previous verse. And what does this body do? परस्परांशैर् मिलितानि भूत्वा स्थूलानि च स्थूल शरीरहेतवः मात्रास्तदीया विषया भवन्ति शब्दादयः पञ्च सुखाय भोक्तुः. For our own joy, for our own enjoyment, what happens? This body is united with different parts. The head is united with the trunk, the body, the hands are united with the body, the legs are united with the body, the palms and the are united with the hands. So everything is connected together. The subtle essence of all the five elements, they cause the sense objects. The sense objects which are, sorry, the which constitute the sense objects is such as sense object sound of the sense object of hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, which is sound, form, smell, taste, and the feeling of wind. They contribute. What do? All of them join together and they help us to enjoy. They help us to understand the different experiences of physically contacting this world around us. And there is this, how is this joining together? There's a process called Panchikarana. Maybe it is explained later, or Gurudev, Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmaya ji. How does this body come together? We speak of so much of technology, we speak of so much of science, and we attribute that science to many parts of the world other than India. But here Bhagavan Adisankaracharya explains how this physical body has been formed together with the five elements, which is called Panchikaranam. Panchikaranam is, there is this element of space, element of air, element of fire, element of water, and element of earth. These five elements, first of all, divide themselves into two halves. Space divides into two halves. Air divides itself into two halves. Heat divides into two. Fire divides itself into two halves. Water divides itself into two halves. Earth divides itself into two halves. Out of the two halves, one half retain the original element as it is. Space, one half of space remains as space. One half of water remains as water. One half of fire remains. You can take this half as molecular level also. At a very atomic level, you can understand this. One half of fire remains as fire. One half of water remains water. And one half of earth remains earth. The other half gives itself to the four elements. The other half is divided into four parts. And the four parts of space go to air, fire, water, and earth. The other half of air divides into four halves and goes to space, fire, water, and earth. The other half of fire divides itself into four halves, four parts, and gives itself to space, air, water, and earth. The other half of water divides itself into four parts and gives itself to space, air, fire, and earth. And the other half of earth divides itself into four parts and gives itself to space, air, fire, and water. So in this way, this combination happens very, very fast. When the body of the child is being nurtured or born in the womb, This is the process by which the body of the child is generated. It is generated from these 5 elements, and it is generated in this manner which is called in our own English, based from Sanskrit. There is no, this thought is not there in our Western literature. So we have given the name which is called Panchikarana and translated as pentamerous quintuplification. There are many other texts which refer to it as pentamerous quintuplification. Pentamerous is 5, self-division and mutual combination, which is called Panchikarana. That is how the gross body is formed. The gross body that we have, it is a formation made out of 5 elements dividing themselves into 2 parts, and the remaining half dividing itself into 4 parts and lending itself to each other, joining together, forming the physical body. And what is the use of this physical body? It is only with this physical body we can experience, we can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch. Even for what is the use of this physical body is like asking, what is the use of the film screen or the wall or the screen on which we project the film? The film is very, very subtle. The light of the film is so subtle. If there is no reflecting medium, the light will go into space and we cannot see anything. Just like you show a torchlight, you shine a torch into the darkness. The reflection will happen only when there are objects to reflect, like when there are dust particles or when there are trees or when there are some animals or something, it reflects. If it does not have any object to reflect, the light will go into darkness and it will get absorbed by the darkness. So that is why, with the help of the body, the sense organs are able to experience this, to have these experiences of seeing, tasting, hearing, smelling, touching, thinking, feeling. Everything is happening because we are able to experience it because of the presence of the physical body. Actually, physical body is not required for us to experience thinking and feeling, but at least this 5 sense perceptions that we have is experienced with the help of physical body. Yayeshu mudha vishayeshu baddha rogo rago rupashe nasudurdamena ayanti niryantyadha urdhvam uchchaihi swakarma dutena javena nita. Now, this physical body and the sense organs are an equipment that we use. This pen is an equipment. I should use this pen to write, and then when I don't have the need to write with this pen, I have to put it away. If I'm spending all my time pampering this pen, giving bath to this pen, then putting bindi and decorating this pen with beautiful clothes and putting nail polish for this pen. Just imagine this pen is our body. Putting nail polish for the pen, admiring the pen with beautiful, beautiful clothes. I am just a crazy person, because mania means you are desiring an object. You are putting all your attention on an object, admiring the object so much. Actually, the object does not have life. And when you keep admiring that object, looking at that object and beautifying the object and entertaining the object and playing with the object, it is called mania. So we do it with the body in the same way. The body is just a tool. It is a tool for experiencing the world outside. It is a tool for seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching. It is a tool for speaking, working, walking. It is a tool for excreting and reproducing. The body is a tool for all this. And if I am maniacally attached to this body, then that is what Bhagavan Sri Adisankaracharya is pointing out here. Yayeshu mudha. Mania means mudha. Mudatvam. Mania. is Muda means there is no truth in something, but I am going on. 1 minute. There is no truth in something, but I am going on looking at it and thinking about it and pampering it, something that is going to go away, something that is going to dissipate. So, yayeshu mudha, vishayeshu baddha. I am attached to the objects. What are the objects I am attached to? I am attached to whatever I hear. I love to keep hearing the same things again and again that I like. And I don't want to hear the things that I don't like. I am attached to seeing certain forms. I want to run away from certain forms that I don't like to see. I am attached to smelling certain smells in the case of addictions and all that. And I am attached to certain tastes like drinking addiction. I am attached. And then I am attached to certain senses of touch, of feeling, certain sparshas. I like it very much. Raga Uru Pashena. We are tied by the ropes of attachment. The sense organs within the body is tied by the ropes of attachment. Sudurdamena. Very tight bondage. This is without even realizing that we are bound. We are tied by the ropes of attachment. Ragor Pashena. And then what do? Ayanti niryanti adha urdhvam uchchaihi. We are born again in this world. We go up to Swargaloka if we have done punya karma or good deeds or good actions. If we have not done punya karma or good actions, we go to many hellish states of experiences, and then again we are born on earth. We miss all those opportunities to realize who we really are. Ayanti niryanti adha urdhvam uchchaihi. We go up, we go down. We go up and we go down. How do we go up and down? Swakarma dutena. The ambassador for our movement is our own actions. We do actions, we get results of actions, and those results of actions, if we do good actions, we get good results of actions. Those good results take up to very higher worlds of experience. If we do bad actions, evil actions, those bad results will bring us to very lower worlds of experience. Swakarma dutena javena netaha. We are being carried up and down to many worlds because of the actions that we do on earth. And these sense objects are a trap. In what way are they a trap? Bhagavan Sri Adisankaracharya talks about how the sense organs of 5 species of insects and animals trap them. One sense organ only traps them to death. Now a human being has got 5 sense organs to trap us. What are they? Shabdadibhiv panchabhirev panchatvamapuhu swagunena baddhaham kurangamatanga patangamina bringanarav panchabhir anchitakyam. There are 5 types of 5 species: the deer, kuranga, matanga, the elephant, patanga is the moth, meena is the fish, bringa is the honeybee. These 5 get killed because of the attractions they have to one particular sense organ of theirs. The deer, kuranga, is attached to sound. The deer loves to hear the sound of drums, the gentle sound of drumming, the deer loves to hear. And so knowing this, the hunter of the deer, he just stays from far away and he gently gives the sound of a drum. He beats a drum gently and the deer comes running towards the sound because it likes that sound. It is very fascinated by that sound. And that very fascination for that, see how much Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has observed nature during his travels. Because of the fascination for that sound, the deer goes towards the hunter, and it is very easy for the hunter to send his arrow and capture the deer. The elephant is enamored by the touch of the skin of the female elephant. The male elephant is it likes the sense of touch. So what do they do? The hunter of the elephant, they dig a pit. They dig a pit, and then in that pit, they will put a female elephant, and then they will camouflage that pit. They will camouflage that pit with leaves and plants to make it look like it is uh, it is normal ground, and they will put the female elephant in the center of the pit, and the male elephant will come. It likes that sense of touch. It is attracted by the sense of touch. It keeps coming running to the female elephant. It falls into the pit, and the big elephant, which cannot be captured by anybody, is very easily captured by its own desire for its sense organ of touch, that feeling of touch. The moth, we know during rainy seasons, we get that something called these dragonflies, or easel it is called in Tamil, the moth. The moth is attracted to light, the moth is attracted to fire. So when there are too many moths, we just light lamps. The moth, the attraction of the sight of fire, it comes running to the fire, it gets killed by the fire, the moth dies. And then the fish is attracted to the sense of taste. And so what is a person who's angling for fish, what does he do? At the end of the hook where he is angling, he puts nice baby fish, or he puts some other worms, something to attract the fish. The fish comes for that food, and its mouth gets caught into that angle hook, and the fish is killed. And last you have the bringa. The bringa is a honeybee which goes in search of honey. It immerses its proboscis into that flower, deep into the flower, and it just goes inside and starts sucking the honey. It is so much attracted by that smell of honey that it forgets that it has gone inside the flower. And when it is dusk, suppose it's a very powerful flower, there are bee eating flowers, there are flesh eating flowers like nepenthes. So these flowers, what they do, they powerfully cover that insect, that bringa, the bee, and then the bee dies within the flower. In the same way, these animals, even for one sense organ, it is easy to kill them. What to say of human beings who are attracted by all the five sense organs? We love to hear so many beautiful things, so many songs. We love to see television. We love to watch television. We love to hear music, loud music, different kinds of music. Then we love to see, we love to smell, we love to taste so many things, we love to touch and feel so many things. And in course of time, these five sense organs will delude us and draw us to doom. So what happens? Doshena tivro, doshena tivro vishayah, Krishna sarpa vishadapi, visham nihanti bhoktaram, drashtaram chakshushaapyayam. These sense organs, objects means the object of hearing, that is sound, the object of seeing, that is form, the object of smelling, that is fragrances and good smells that we like, the object of tasting, very nice tastes that we experienced, and the object of feeling, very nice sparsha. It is very nice to touch, very soft to touch, or cushion, or walking on very lovely slippers, or sitting, having a ride on air buses. The air buses have an inch of space between the wheel and the road, because they are powered by some cushion is there, space cushion is there. And so we love to travel in those buses because of that distance between the road space, and we don't feel the jerks and all that. So these are the five sense objects. Now, doshena tivro vishayaha, Krishna sarpa vishadapi. It is these five sense organs, five sense objects are more poisonous than a black serpent, because the serpent can kill us only when it bites. Om Astikaya Namaha. When we think about serpent at night time, we may feel afraid. Whenever we feel afraid, we should chant the mantra Om Astikaya Namaha. So it only by biting only it can kill us, but the sense objects are worse, because by just experiencing it from a distance itself, like by seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, from a distance itself, they can ruin us, ruin our personality, ruin our life, ruin our ability to perceive things. So vishat visham kim vishaya samastaha. Sri Adisankaracharya, Bhagwan in Prashnottari Ratnamalika says, what is the visha of all vishas? Prashnottari Ratnamalika is there on this Chinmaya Surya channel in the Vision of Vedanta series that has happened every Sunday in the earlier episodes. You may view that in Chinmaya Surya channel. Prashnottari Ratnamalika. So Visham Nihanti Bhoktaram Drashtaram Chakshusha Api Ayam. So this serpent can kill only when it touches and the poison flows into the body, but these sense organs, sense objects can destroy us even from a distance. So Vishaya Shamaha Pashad Yo Vimuktas Sudustyajat Sayeva Kalpate Muktyai Nanya Shatshastra Vedyapi. So we give a lot of attention to knowing many things. We learn even in the Vedas and the Upanishads. We pay a lot of attention to the Shastras, studying all the darshanas like Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Purva Mimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa is Vedanta. We like to study all this. We like to spend our time engage in all this. Shat Shastra Vedyapi. Even if we know all the six Shastras, Vishayasha Mahapashat Yaha Vimuktaha Sudustyajat. This Vishaya Asha, this hope of going behind the sense objects, which is very difficult to give up. Whoever has relieved themselves of the ropes of these sense objects, vimuktaha, sa eva kalpate muktyai. So such a person only is ready for liberation. Liberation means I experience myself as consciousness at all periods of time. There is no period of time where I forget my true nature. That is called liberation. It is not death, or it is not passing away or something. Even when I am living, right now I am thinking that I am this person in this yellow color sari, living in this place, and this is my name, these are my physical features, this is my astrological sign, zodiac sign, these are all my qualities, and I like these things and I don't like these things. I have all these ideas about me. But liberation means when you ask, who am I very clearly know that I am just the seer of everything that is. I don't have any connection with this world other than being an observer in this present moment. I don't, how does it manifest in my life? When I don't react to situations negatively, whenever there is a response required, there's some work to be done, there is some help to be done to somebody, there's something has to be spoken in the most kindest and beautiful words. I speak that, I do those actions, I take care of myself normally like any other person, but I do not react to situations, because that reaction shows that I have identified myself with the body, mind, and intellect, and that is why I am reacting to what somebody says or somebody speaks. So if I don't react, I remain a witness to all situations in reality, not as opposing. It is not like faking it till I make it, not like that. In reality, it is a very long process. When I become a witness of that situation, when I become a witness of the people around me, witness of my own body, witness of my own mind, witness of my own intellect and my own thoughts, then I am a liberated person. So Sayeva Kalpyate Mukyai na Anya Shat Shastra Vedyapi. So if I want to make myself fit for receiving the knowledge of liberation and abiding in that knowledge, then I have to be free from the contact with my sense organs, the sense organs of perception mainly. आपात वैराग्यवता मुमुक्षो मुमुक्ष आपात वैराग्यवतो मुमुक्षोन भवाधिपारं प्रतियातु मुद्यतान् आशाग्रहो मज्जत मज्जयतेऽन्तराले निगृह्य कंठे विनिवर्त्य वेगात् apata vairagyavato mumukshuna. The people who are mumukshus are people who desire for liberation. We don't normally desire for liberation. We get into some problem, we desire to be free of that problem, and we are free until we get into the next problem. When the next problem comes, we again strive and desire to be free from that problem. We don't have the desire that we should not be available for any of these problems to come and attack us. Asha, those who have only an apparent dispassion and are trying to cross the ocean of existence. Like apparent dispassion means it is called prasuti vairagya. Like the mother, there are many mothers in those days, they used to deliver children like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 13, 14, 16, 18 also. Children will be born sometimes to mothers. Every time the delivery will be so difficult, and the mother will think, this is the last time I'm going to give birth to a child. I'm not going to deliver a baby anymore. The mother will decide at the time of delivery. But later on, the next child will be ready to be born the next year itself. So, it is called Prasuti Vairagya. In the same way, or even the Vairagya where we go through some problems in life and we will say, I am not going to go to this, like an alcoholic who feels so miserable, so sick. His body is very disturbed, mind is very disturbed, his diet is very disturbed, his abdomen, the stomach is very disturbed. And he says, I am not going to touch alcohol from tomorrow. And the next day, the same thing happens. In the same way, if our dispassion for the world through attachment to our senses is not very serious, is not very sincere, asha grahaha majjayate antarale. Such a person is pulled down by the shark called desire or hope or anticipation. Nigrihya kante vinivartya vegat. The shark pulls that person into this ocean of samsara, into the middle of the ocean, catches hold of that person's neck and kills the person. Meaning, if we don't have dispassion, if we don't cultivate dispassion for the objects of senses, object of hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling and touching, if we don't cultivate that, soon we will be submerged into this ocean of samsara by the shark called desire. The desire will completely engross us into fulfilling itself, and it will take us into this path of samsara. Before even we could realize, the body will get old and it will be time to leave the earth. विषयाख्यग्रहो येन सुविरक्त्यसिना हतः सगच्छति भवां बोधेः param pratyuha varjitaham. So this bhava ambodhi, Bhava means existence. Ambodhi means ocean. This ocean of existence, Param, the shore of this ocean of existence, Pratyuha Varjitaha, without a matter of doubt, very clearly, very surely, very certainly, the person crosses over this ocean of existence. Vishayakhya Grahaha. Vishaya Akhya Grahaha. This crocodile called Vishaya. Vishaya means object. Object means only five objects. Object of seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and touching. Grahaha, these crocodiles, five crocodiles, yena suvirakta asinahataha. These five crocodiles can be cut by suvirakta, the sword called vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion. It's very simple. Something is very beautiful, I'm clinging on to that because I like it. Whether I like it or not, keep it away from me. If it comes to me, it has to be used, use it. If I don't need it, or if it is giving me trouble, keep it away from me. The way to practice Vairagya in our house is to just look into our desks, our shelves, our wardrobes, everything. Take out all the objects. Maybe take out the clothes one day, pile up all the clothes, examine every piece of cloth that you have, ask whether it is needed for you, whether it is necessary, whether you love it, whether it gives you joy. If it is yes, you keep it. If it is no, say thank you to that and dispose it off. Give it off to somebody, recycle it, repurpose it. You try one mountain of clothes. Next, your mountain of books, notebooks, papers, magazines, and other stuff at home. The third mountain will be all your miscellaneous items like all these pen stands with broken pens, pencils, sharpeners, little bits of plastics. So many things we accumulate in our desks and shelves and wardrobes. Try taking it out, analyzing it. We will get two major qualities out of this exercise. One thing, your house and your living space will become very beautiful, neat, and clean. And you will get you will get very powerful in two major qualities required for knowledge of the self. What are those two qualities? Viveka and Vairagya. Viveka is the ability to discriminate. Very simple. Viveka means this is a water bottle, this is a cloth that on which I keep the water bottle. This is Viveka. These two objects are not the same things. They are different things. So this, when the Viveka Shakti or the ability to discriminate between, when you take a big pile of cloth in your house of your own clothes, one by one you're examining each object, you're putting your attention into the object, you're questioning the presence of each object. Why is it here? How did it come? Do I need it now? Was it useful for me at a point of time? Is it still useful for me now? Do I need to keep it or do I need to throw it away? These kind of questions. Or still, if it is very, does my mind love this? Does it spark some memories in me? Are those memories beautiful memories? You just take a little portion of it and spend one hour on this work. It is meditation. You get your Viveka Shakti will get strengthened in this process. And when you say no, finally, I can do away with it. And you say thank you to the object. It is very important to thank the object because whether it has not been used at all and it has been there in your house, it has been there for so many years in oblivion to tell you that you really don't need it. It has told you that you don't need me. So say thank you for that and then dispose it away. If you don't say thank you, if you don't address that aspect that you have used it or you have not used it and you don't require, you just want to throw it away somehow, that object will find its way into your house in another form. If you throw a slipper like that, it will come as a shoe into your house. You will never know in what form the object is coming into your house, but the flood of things will remain the same if we don't dispose it off with wisdom. In the Bhagavad Gita, This is called Dravya Yagna. Dravya Yagna means you use objects, you take objects, you keep objects, you put objects to optimum use. The objects that you don't use, you give it to somebody else or you dispose it away in the most responsible manner. So when we do this, this is how we practice Vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion. If there is a beautiful see this example, I'll tell you. This is a paper which came as a covering for some gift. It is something like a tissue paper. And when I cleaned my cupboard, I saw this paper. I could not throw it away into the waste because you are thinking so much about reusing things and not wasting things and all that. So I have kept it. So what do? Every day I tear a little part of it to use it for wiping the oil for the lamp or so many things. In some way or the other, reuse it. If you are going to reuse it with consciousness, then keep things. Otherwise, just put it away. So Asha Grahaha. Asha Grahaha means this crocodile of, Vishaya Akhya Grahaha Yena Suvirakta Asina Hataha. Vishaya Akhya Grahaha. This crocodile called object of senses, sense perception, destroy it, cut it with a sword called Vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion. I don't want it. Thank you. Just take it away from me. Without being rude or without being really aggressive about it. Like it doesn't go away if we are angry or we just hate those things. It doesn't go away. Absolute acceptance, gratitude, thanks, and with all love and with all best wishes for that object that may be used by somebody else in this world. May every object find its parent. With that kind of a love, you give away the objects, then it will leave you. Sagachati bhava, such a person who has just reduced, reused, and recycled his contents around him, reduced, reused, and recycled the contents of the mind, and let them go. Sagachati bhava ambodhehe. Such a person transcends this ocean of existence. Param pratyuha varjitaha. Without a doubt, they transcend this ocean of existence. We have two more verses we can complete in this context, it will be over. Vishayama Vishayamargaihi Gacchato Nacha Buddhehi Pratipadam Abhiyato Mrityurapyesha Vidhi Hita Sujana Guruktya Gacchata Swasya Yuktya Prabhavati Phala Siddhi Satya Ityeva Vidhi. It is not only important to have Vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion. Giving up on things, letting go of things, pushing away things out of our life, pushing away thoughts out of our life. It is not only that. We need to have Viveka. We need to do the right understanding. We need to have the right understanding. Visham avishaya margaihi gacchataha nacha buddhehe. If a person is very foolish, who walks the dangerous path of sense pleasures, pratipadam abhiyato mrityurapyesha vidhi. He walks, I go towards a bar, I go towards a movie theater, meaning not one day or just 2 days. I constantly keep going day after day in pursuit of my sense pleasures. I go very fast. Behind me, death will walk very fast and come behind me and to finish me off. Finish me off means finish the life in me. Mrityurapi esha vidhi abhiyataha. Mrityu or death is walking behind that person. Hita sujana guru uktya gacchataha swasya yukya. But the person using the words of the guru, the words of the master, the words of the teacher, the words of the Upanishad, gacchataha swasya yuktya. He has a plan for his life. The plan is to realize who I am. That understanding, prabhavati phala siddhihi satyam ityeva vidhi. Know this to be true, my dear student. It is not a joke that I'm telling. It is not something that is false that I'm telling. It is satyam. It is a truth that if you go behind the sense objects, death will go behind you very fast. But listening to the words of the Guru and devising your own means and ways for sadhana and walking towards yourself, Prabhavati Phalasiddhihi, that self will be revealed to you. That self will reveal itself to you. Satyamityeva Vidhi. Know that this is the truth. Now, this is a very beautiful, mellifluous, and melodious verse for those people who desire moksha. If you want moksha, do this. If you don't want moksha, do anything else other than this. Mokshasya kanksha yadi vaitavasti tyajati durat vishayan visham yatham पीयूषवत्तोष दयाक्षमार्जवं प्रशान्तिदान्तिर्भज नित्यमादरात् मोक्षस्य कांक्षा यदि वै तव अस्ति. If you desire moksha, moksha means liberation, freedom, meaning knowing who I am, knowledge, the ultimate knowledge of everything in this new universe is a knowledge of the self who sees everything in this universe. And that knowledge is called moksha. If you desire that knowledge, if you have the kanksha or the desire for that knowledge, what should you do? Tyajati duram vishayan visham yatha. Just put away all the sense objects like as if they are poison. Sense objects, what are they? The object of form, the object of sound, the object of smell, the object of taste, and the object of touch. They attract our life and they keep us engaged in the world outside. They do not give us the energy to know our real true self. So, Vishaya Visham Yatha. Then, Piyushavat, as if it is Amrita, the nectar of immortality. Like that, you should Tosha, Piyushavat, you should Bhaja. Bhaja means you should do seva. You should appreciate, you should respect, you should do upasana. Upasana means going near. What are they? Going near these qualities. You should cultivate these qualities in you. What are those qualities? Santosha. Santosha means contentment. Contentment for the objects of the senses, not contentment for my sadhana. Contentment for the objects of the sense pleasures. Whatever I have experienced so far, I'm so happy with that. If I get something to eat, something to drink, some good clothes to wear, some food to eat, and something to stay healthy, a house to cover myself well, I am okay and I'm good to go. That is called contentment, Piyushavat. So develop that quality of contentment, worship the quality of contentment, Tosha, Daya. Worship the quality of Daya. Cultivate the quality of Daya. Daya means Anukampa. When somebody is suffering, don't say it is because of that person's past Janma karmas that he is suffering. Daya is if you can do anything out of compassion to help that person, go ahead and do. Or even say some words of comfort. Or just lend a shoulder to cry upon. Or just place a hand that can soothe that person. That is Daya. Kshama is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing which we really need if we have to develop dispassion. Forgive means somebody does something bad to us. That person might be wrong and we may be right. But still, going on talking about that person has done this to me, that person has spoken this to me, that person has done this action to me, it's not going to do anything to that person. It is going to disturb the peace of my mind. So forgiveness, if I want my mind to be at peace, only then it will be available for beautiful things that I want to do with myself in this world. If my mind is going to be disturbed about what other people are doing to me and how other people are causing suffering to me, so there is no point. Kshama is forgiveness, letting go. There are many, many methods. Maybe tomorrow, in the tomorrow session, we will see in a meditation how to practice Kshama. This is very, very important because in our life, most of our problems we suffer and we continue to suffer because we don't have Kshama. Kshama is not just patience, Kshama is the capacity of forgiveness. It's a Kshamaya Prithvi Samaha. Sri Rama has got Kshama like the earth. So the earth, what kind of Kshama does the earth have? For us to build a house, we dig the earth with the axe and all that, and the earth is not doing anything. It is just allowing it to happen, and then we put the bricks and then we build the house in that place. So in the same way, whatever people do to us, whatever people, in whatever ways we may think that they're hurting us or they're giving us trouble, whatever situations we may experience that are very hurtful, that are very testing and trying, just take it in. Use your own methods of working them out. Don't need to suffer internally, because it is going to come out and lash out in some other way at some point of time. There are many, many methods by which we can work out, we can practice Kshama in our lives. Arjavam is straightforwardness, very, very important. The truth is very straightforward. It is called Sakshi. Sakshat Ikshate iti Sakshi. In all directions, it looks straight. It is very centered. So if I want to know that truth, I have to be very straight, I have to be very centered, I have to be very straightforward in my life. So Arjavam is a quality that I should cultivate. Prashantihi ni prakarshena shantihi. The mind is always very quiet. Shanti is from the word shanta. Shama. Shama means in the mind, it's not Shama. Shama is forgiveness. This is Shama. Shama means in the mind, a thought can arise that I want this chocolate. And then you work towards getting the chocolate. Shama means even if the chocolates are available, there is no thought that arises in the mind, I want this chocolate. That is Shama. Danti means Dhamma. If the I want this chocolate thought has arisen and we have paid attention to that thought is agitating inside and beating along with our heart for fulfilling itself. And then we use our sense organs to go behind that object, get the object and give it to us ourselves. Dhamma means controlling the sense organs. Even if the thought is agitated about some object, Dhamma is denying the thought by shutting the sense organs, by not seeing it, not hearing about it, not tasting, smelling, or touching it, or not going towards getting it, procuring it, not taking it in our hands, or not putting it in our mouth. That is Dhamma. Danti. Bhaja, Nityam, Adarat. These qualities, how we should cultivate every day with all respect. Any of these sadhanas we should do those sadhanas with respect for that. We should respect that sadhana which we are, because that sadhana is going to take us to our goal. Something that is guiding us, something that is taking us towards the goal that we want to go to. It is better that we give respect. It can be the guru, it can be the objects that are helping us, like for example, the book or the notebook or the pen or the paper that we write on, the laptop that we use, the mobile phone that we use to communicate and learn all this, the teachers, the librarians, and other people who help us, the shopkeeper in the bookshop. So many people are there giving respect to that sadhana, that particular sadhana. Nityam Adarat. Nityam means every day. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutra also, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tan Nirodhaha. We can quieten the mind by Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa here means practice. Practice with respect. These aspects of these qualities. What are they? Santosha, contentment. Daya, compassion. Kshama, forgiveness. Arjavam, straightforwardness. Prashanti, calmness of mind. Danti is shutting the sense organs. Bhaja, Nityam, Adarat. With all respect, we should participate and do all this. Then the body, mind, and intellect will be a fit instrument to realize the truth. We'll see the rest tomorrow. Om Sarvesham Swastirbhavatu, Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हर नमः पार्वती पतये. हर हर महादेव. हरि ओम.